In this drawer, I have like all of the main artworks I did since I was 11.
All the artwork that I've done and kept ever since I was the age of 11 years old.
I've collected every piece of art that's been valuable to me since I was 11.
I'm really glad I held on to this. I keep all of my traditional art in a filing cabinet in my room over there.
I've told you guys on more than one occasion that I've held on to every piece of art I've made since I was 11 years old. For the first time ever, and probably the only time, I'm willing to part with them and sell them to you. G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza, and for the first time on this channel, I'm holding a fundraiser. Now, I know that the words fundraiser or crowdfunding can send people running or just have them totally disengaged, but if you can stick with me just for a few minutes and allow me a bit of your time, I would like to share with you the goal that we have in mind, the reason that we're fundraising, and the immense impact, if successful, that this fundraiser could have on the content for this channel. In the hopes to make this fundraiser successful, we're offering perks and rewards that are exclusive, never been offered before, and will not be offered again. These include things like signed limited edition prints from artwork that I've created for this channel. There's also places on a new mural that I'll be painting for your name to appear permanently as part of Jazza Studios. You could even collaborate with me on the content or theme of a video that will go on this channel, and of course, as I mentioned, I will be for the first time ever selling my original artwork. Those of you who know me know that I'm extremely sentimental and possessive about my artwork, and I wouldn't even think about doing something like that were this not something that really mattered to us here at Jazza Studios. And by us, I mean myself and my wife, and I'll include little MJ or mini Jazza. Because believe it or not, Jazza Studios is very small. This is almost the entirety of Jazza Studios, and it is a converted one-car garage with a mural that I painted, and we work really hard to produce as great quality content as we can, but I can't even actually film videos standing up in this room. And in some unboxings, you may have seen me presenting an unboxing in this room. The camera is backed flat against the wall on the other side of the room, and I'm actually crouching behind the table. Now, I am not afraid of a little hard work and elbow grease, and over the years I've made different efforts to help increase the efficiency of our space.
I know what you're thinking. Jazza, you look good with builder's glasses and a pencil in your ear. Well, you're right. I do.
I've built shelves, I've built cupboards, and I've also built a little mini studio room which I currently use for virtual reality, which is actually in our backyard shed. And that takes us to the point of this fundraiser and the issues that we're having. That backyard shed and the mini studio that I've built is prone to flooding and is also kind of dangerous and might electrocute me. While I've not been afraid to put my handyman skills to use, I am by no stretch of the imagination a qualified builder.
I just painted this, and do you want to know something absolutely beautiful? I painted the wrong side.
So the purpose of this fundraiser and the entirety of the funds will be going to our backyard shed so that it no longer floods and is weatherproof, so that it's safe and I can produce content in it without worrying about fire or electrocution, and so that the equipment that I use isn't harmed by said weather damage or fire damage or electrical damage. Just damage in general. Now, to do this, we need to raise funds because actual builders are kind of expensive. The roof needs replacing in its entirety, and the gutters need some, let's just say, significant attention. You think? The concrete that's behind the shed currently funnels water directly into that. Like, seriously, who made that decision?
Whoa, 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 that sounds like a pretty big design flaw.
That concrete needs to be ripped up and new drainage needs to be created and installed, because we've had to, on more than one occasion, actually bucket the water out of my little mini studio that I built. The structure needs reinforcing as some of the wood is completely rotted away, and I know at this point you're probably thinking, why not just rip the whole thing down and build a new building purpose-built for your studio work? Well, we got quotes for that too, and it turns out that's even more expensive, which makes it not a viable option. So we're asking for your help to raise the $26,000 that we need to fix all of those problems, and in exchange for your contributions, aside from our eternal thanks and sincere gratitude, we've offered some really exciting rewards that we put a lot of thought into, and we hope you guys will be interested in, and that will probably never be offered again. Now, I personally believe that any problem can be turned into an opportunity, and we're going to take the opportunity through these repairs to move the stud wall that divides the small room that I use as a studio and the rest of the shed to sort of swap out the size so that we have a much bigger studio space to work in and a smaller shed, because I mean, I don't use the shed very much anyway. So believe it or not, this isn't just a please help us fix this problem fundraiser, it's also a please invest in the future of our channel fundraiser, because with the added space, we'll be able to produce content we have always wanted to make and never had the space to. If we can achieve this goal together, if a lot of you contribute even a small amount and believe in the future of this channel, then that means that I can make content like bigger traditional art challenges, use things like canvases, and integrate much more ambition and physical room in the videos I produce. A lot of you on the channel have been excited with me about virtual reality, and one of the exciting things that we can use this space for is to create what is called mixed reality. In my virtual reality videos, I'm forced to separate myself and virtual reality and show both of them next to each other. But with the newly optimized space, we'll have the room to use green screen and composite myself into the virtual reality worlds that I use, so that when I show you my sculpting and painting in virtual reality, I will show you myself in virtual reality and show you how it is to actually be in these awesome virtual spaces. And the added space gives me room to innovate and try things I haven't yet tried before, things like sculpture or life-size projects. Now, I'm going to be very clear, and we're transparent through the whole process, so if you want to see cost breakdowns, you can check them out on the fundraiser page. We have all of the quotes and all of the divisions as to where the money goes. Now, we're not taking this fundraiser lightheartedly, and I am not the kind of person to take my problem and put it on someone else. In fact, we've been saving up over the last long period of time, and fortunately over the last few months we've had a good string of sponsors, so we're putting $18,000 towards the project and also covering all of the fixtures and fittings and equipment, and all the money that we're asking for in the fundraiser itself is going to the actual repair costs of the facility. Facility makes it sound really fancy. It's just a big backyard shed. We've spent a lot of time researching and planning and budgeting things out. We've contacted loads of different builders to find the best value and the most trustworthy but quality builders that we can find for a reasonable price, and we found one we think is great, and that is where these quotes have come from. You can find all the quotes once again on the fundraiser page, all broken down really clearly. Keep in mind, of course, that the costs listed are in Australian dollars, but the fundraiser itself is in US dollars. We've taken the conversions and done all those calculations, but we figured it would be easier because most of our audience is American, so it makes more sense to you guys. So that's pretty much everything I can say about the shed fixing problem itself without going into too much detail. Once again, you can find all this information on the fundraiser page itself, so make sure to check that out. But beyond that, I want to take a little bit of time to share the rewards that we've thought about carefully. On the lower end of the tier, for a small contribution, you can be a part of a mural that I'll be creating, and I'll be hand painting contributors' names on a wall that will be in studio number 2, so that every time I use that space, I'll be reminded of and grateful for your contributions. And of course, you'll see yourselves in them in the vlogs where I make content in that room as well, which will be cool. In a weirdly epic fashion, we're calling it the Wall of Honor. And I just wanted to bring this sword out again. I'm sorry, I'll put it away. I like my sword. Further up on the tier, you can nab a limited time, limited to the duration of this fundraiser, exclusive signed print from the content and the videos on this channel, which you guys have always asked for, and I've never done yet, but I think this is a really nice way to use these funds to bring a lot more value back to you. That will be a one-time print run where all of these prints will be available and signed by me personally and mailed by us to you. But if you're super keen and you have a piece in particular that maybe you were the one to suggest or you're extremely fond of, you can actually buy the original artwork. Like I said, I've never really done this before, and there's a bit of a system to how it works, so again, go to the page to read how it all works. But basically there are 2 tiers. The first tier, which is a bit cheaper, means you go on a first come first served list of being able to pick which piece you want at the end of the campaign. Then higher up on the tier, which is more expensive, is you can pick the piece that you want, again on a first come first served basis, so get in quick before the one you want goes. But we'll be contacting the supporters in that tier as soon as we can from the time that they pick it, and allow them to choose immediately the piece that they want if it hasn't been chosen yet. So if you want to have and own a piece of immortal Draw with Jazza history like this guy, now's your chance. I totally blame the Twitch chat for this. I had nothing to do with this. Beyond just one of my basic prints, we have super epic prints, including the option to have an A3 print of my mural, which again will be hand signed by me, but again an immortal part of Jazza Studios iconography that will not be replicated or given out in the future after this fundraiser, or a quartet of prints of the original Tale Teller character designs, again hand signed by me. These pieces were a little too sentimental and special to us to give away, in particular because my son MJ loves the animation so much, so we kept it for posterity, but we're making those 4 prints as one of their own reward tiers as well for those of you who might feel sentimentally about the cartoon. The list of rewards go on, including some coaching or one-on-one time with me if you want to shoot the breeze or ask some questions or even get some specific tips. If you wanted to, you could pick the tier where you have one-on-one time with Jazza and actually use that if you wanted me to speak to a classroom or club or group. You know, it doesn't have to be one-on-one, it could be 1-on-40. And last but not least, of course, if you ever wanted to collaborate with me or give me a very specific challenge, or you wanted some artwork for one of your own projects, or wanted to see something come to life on my channel, the top tier reward is of course a video with me where I will work with you personally to make a piece of content that will go up in this channel, and in that content of course I will be sharing my heartfelt thanks for you. And of course, if you have family friendly socials or a YouTube channel you'd like plugged, that would absolutely be a part of the equation. I think that about covers all the practicalities, but before I wrap up this video, I just want to take the time, first of all, for thanking you for getting this far, because that's a lot of your attention, and I know this isn't the most exciting kind of content, but it means that you're invested in this community with me, and I can't even express to you how grateful I am for this. God damn it! I promised myself I wouldn't cry. To say to you that this channel and this community means the world to me would be a vast understatement of how grateful I am for you and for the amazing atmosphere and ambition and excitement and passion we have all built together on Draw with Jazza for art and creativity and all good things related to those things that we love and share in common. My audience, that is you, means so much to me, and this is one of those few circumstances where we need your help and we're asking for it, and if you don't have money to give, we absolutely understand and don't feel bad in any way, but helping us spread the message, even by sharing it perhaps with a teacher or classmates or something like that, is always a huge help. And then of course, most of all, just watching and liking and commenting is a huge show of support and also helps bring the video to other people's attention, so I thank you for that. While this channel has over 1 million subscribers, it feels like this really tight-knit, close community, and I've had the amazing experience of meeting so many of you. We've had meetups in person in Australia and LA and Philadelphia and England, and every time I meet people from this community, I'm just filled with gratitude and humbled beyond what I can express. I even have a big pinboard in my office which I call the love board, where I put up all of your fan arts and letters which I always hold on to and hold so dear because of how much you all mean to me. So I don't entirely know why I'm going through all this sentimental stuff. I think it's because when it comes to fundraisers, it can be frustrating to feel like the people or the organization you're giving to takes it for granted or doesn't notice. And I just want to let you know we do not take it for granted, and we notice, and we're so grateful. Whether it's $1 or $100, we don't take for granted the variety of circumstances that people come from, or the time and thought and love that it takes for people to actively participate in and contribute to someone you've never potentially met before. So I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and for being an amazing, valuable part of this incredible community. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.